Although each day has 24 hours, most of our lives feel like they only have two parts: work and getting ready for work again. For many years, this was my reality in banking: long hours, high pressure, constantly exhausted. But at the same time, I really wanted to build something on the side, maintain a social life, see my friends and family, have regular date nights, and actually find time to work out. So I had to confront a brutal reality. My evenings were disappearing, and I had no idea where they were going. I eventually found 5 things that completely changed how I used my time after work. And in this video, I want to share the exact solutions that helped me find time to start building outside of my career, learn new skills, and stop wasting my evenings on things that did not actually matter to me. The first thing is to rewrite your default settings. The biggest shift I made was learning to separate my actions from my mood. For most people, those two things are completely inseparable. The link between them feels unbreakable. And when I was working in banking, this was my default every single evening without exception. Bad day, spend the evening scrolling, tired, call it quits on everything, stressed. Tell myself it can all wait until tomorrow. Sound familiar? But what if you could break that connection? Not by denying how you feel, not by pretending you are not tired or stressed or drained, but by accepting the feeling and then rewriting what comes next. Your default programming says, I am tired, therefore I cannot. But you can update that code to, I am tired and I am going to do it tired anyway. Or, I am tired and I am going to do 30 minutes and then rest. Think about it. You have already done this countless times in your life. Times when you went to the gym even though you absolutely did not feel like it. Times when you pushed through work despite being completely exhausted. There is already evidence inside you that you can separate your actions from your mood. Each time you take action despite not feeling like it, you are building more of that evidence. And the more evidence you collect, the stronger that muscle becomes. Your mood does not have to dictate your evening. You can be tired and still move forward. It is not about feeling good first. It is about taking action regardless of how you feel. The second thing is to optimize your life math. Everything we do falls into 3 buckets. And if you watched my money management video, you will recognize this framework because it applies to time just as much as it applies to money. You have your fundamentals, your fun, and your future. With money, fundamentals are your essential expenses. With time, fundamentals are your life admin, the chores, the cooking, the cleaning, the errands, all the maintenance that keeps your life ticking. Fun is your social life, your hobbies, the things that bring you joy. And future is the time you invest in growth, learning a new skill, working on a side project, building towards something bigger. And just like with money, most people's fundamentals eat up so much of their time that there is almost nothing left for fun or future. The washing, the cleaning, the cooking dinner every night, the admin that accumulates during the week, it all chips away at your evenings without you even noticing. And while you cannot eliminate these things, you can absolutely optimize them. This is what I started doing. I tackled almost all of my household tasks on a Sunday. I decided what I was wearing for the entire week on a Sunday. I batch cooked meals 2 or 3 times a week instead of cooking from scratch every single evening. That one change alone freed up over 6 hours a week that I had previously been spending standing in my kitchen every night after an already long day. Every minute you claw back from life admin is a minute you can reinvest into your fun or your future. Think about what becomes possible when you suddenly have an extra 5 or 6 hours a week that you did not have before. The third thing, and this is probably the one I wish someone had told me sooner, is to change your first destination. The moment you walk through your door after work and sit down on that couch, it is over. That was my default for so long. Walk in, drop my bag, sink into the sofa. Just 5 minutes, I would tell myself. And then, 3 hours later, I would still be there, 4 episodes deep into whatever was auto-playing on Netflix. There is actually research that shows how much of our repeated behavior is triggered by our environment, rather than conscious decision-making. We think we are choosing, but really we are just responding to the cues around us. And the couch after work is one of the most powerful cues there is. So I stopped trying to fight it and started avoiding it altogether. I started booking evening gym classes, so I had a reason to go somewhere straight from work. I started taking my laptop to a coffee shop and working on things there before coming home. I had a project I had been meaning to start for weeks, and I got more done in 2 hours at a coffee shop straight after work than I had managed in months of planning to do it at home. And that is when it clicked for me completely. Do not fight the couch magnetism. Just intercept yourself before you ever reach it. Change where you go the moment you finish work, and you automatically change what you do with your entire evening. Pack your gym clothes the night before. Have a plan for where you're going. The key is to intercept yourself before the default environment takes over. The fourth thing is to use your best hours. I know this video is supposed to be about evenings, but I think this point is one of the most underrated time realizations on the entire list. Your evening hours, especially after a full day of work, are genuinely your worst hours. Your brain has been making decisions all day. It is running on empty. Your focus is fragmented. Your willpower is depleted. Notifications are coming in, friends are texting, the internet exists. Compare that to a 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. session. No messages yet, no one posting stories you feel the need to check. The world is quiet and your mind is still fresh. When I moved my most important personal projects from evening to morning, I got more done in 30 minutes than I had been managing in almost 2 hours after work. The same task, the same goal, completely different output depending on when I did it. We all have the same 24 hours, but not all hours are created equal. So do not put all the pressure on your evenings. Protect your mornings too. Even 30 minutes of focused morning time on something that matters to you can compound into something significant over weeks and months. Your evenings are for medium effort things, your mornings are sacred. The fifth thing is to respect your foundation. This one sounds basic, but I genuinely believe it underpins everything else on this list. You will not have the energy, the focus, or the motivation to do anything meaningful after a full working day if you are not looking after yourself. If you are eating badly, skipping sleep, not moving your body, running on stress and coffee, you are performing well below your actual capacity. And you will feel it most in the evenings when your reserves are already low. For a good couple of years during my banking career, I was sleeping 5 or 6 hours a night. I was surviving on caffeine and willpower. And I kept wondering why I could never get anything done in the evenings. Why I had all these plans and ambitions, but none of the energy to actually follow through on them. The answer was not a better productivity system. It was sleep. It was food. It was exercise. It was treating my body like something worth taking care of. In practice, what this looks like is exercising as consistently as you can, even if that just means walking. Prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of sleep and actually protecting that bedtime. Eating in a way that sustains your energy rather than spiking and crashing it. Drinking more water than you think you need. Limiting your screen time in the hour before bed. Taking your mental health seriously. None of this is revolutionary, but the gap between knowing it and actually doing it is where most people's evenings go to waste. You will not fully understand how far below your peak potential you have been operating until you start genuinely looking after yourself. I cannot convince you of that with words. You just have to experience it. So, those are the 5 things I did to stop wasting my evenings after work. Rewrite your default settings and separate your actions from your mood. Optimize your life math and batch your admin so your evenings are actually free. Change your first destination so you never hit the couch before you have done something that matters. Use your best hours. Protect your mornings as well as your evenings. And respect your foundation because none of the other 4 things work if your body and your mind are running on empty. If this resonated with you, subscribe. I post every week on money, habits, and building a life that is actually yours. I will see you in the next one.